जय राधा माधव जय कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज विहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज विहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय राधा वल्लभ श्री राधे Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Prahlad Narsimhadev Prahlad Narsimhadev Prahlad Narsimhadev Prahlad Narsimhadev Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nita Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nita Gaura Hari Bol Sri Sri Gaurita ki Sri Sri Radha Bhagwan ki Sri 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 Jagannath Bala Subhadrama ki Srila Prabhupada ki Nita Gaur Pranande Hare Krishna. So today we are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, very important canto, chapter 2. And the verse that we have for today is essentially glorifying how Yogamaya accept instruction of Lord Sri Krishna. And of course, it also indicates how she accepts multiple times using Vedic mantra. So that is the discussion today we have. So chapter 2 of Canto 10 is called as the prayers of demigods for Lord Krishna when he was in the womb of Mother Devaki. So, and also in the board is written that today is also Madhvacharya Navami Tithi, that is disappearance of Madhvacharya from the public eye. So we will discuss about the verse and also a little bit about the life of Madhvacharya at the end. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya So, verse number 14 from chapter 2 of Canto 10. Sandishta evam bhagavata Sandishta evam bhagavata Tateti om iti tat vachaha Tateti om iti tat vachaha Pratigrahaya parikarmaya Pratigrahya parikarmaya Gam gata tat tata karot Gam gata tat tata karot Sandishta evam bhagavata Tatehi omiti tad vachaha Pratigraha parikarmaya Gamgata tat tata karot Sandishta evam bhagavata tateti om iti tad vachaha pratigraha parikarmaya gamgata tat tata karot. Sandishta evam bhagavata tateti om iti tat vachaha pratigrahaya parikramaya gamgata tat tata karot. Prabhus. Gamgata tata karot. Evam bhagavata ti om iti tad vachaha prigrahya parikramaya gamgata tata karot. Sandishta evam bhagavata tati om iti tad vachaha pratigrahya parikarmaya gamgata tata karot. So, translation. Sandishta, having been ordered. Evam, thus. Bhagavata, by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Tata iti, so be it. Om, affirmation by the Vedic mantra Om. Iti, thus. Tat, vachaha, his words. Pratigraha, accepting the order. Parikramaya, after circumambulating him. Gam, to the surface of the globe. Gata, she immediately went. Tat, the order as given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Tata, just so. Akrot, executed. Translated and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki. Thus instructed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Yogamaya immediately agreed with the Vedic mantra Om. She confirmed that she would do what he asked. Thus, having accepted the order of Supreme Personality of Godhead, she circumambulated him and started for the place on earth known as Nanda Gokula. There she did everything just as she had been told. Purport. After receiving the orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Yogamaya twice confirmed her acceptance by saying, "Yes, sir, I shall do your order." And then saying, "Om." Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comment that Om signifies Vedic confirmation. Thus Yogamaya very faithfully received the Lord's order as a Vedic injunction. It is a fact that whatever is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead is a Vedic injunction that no one should neglect. In the Vedic injunctions, there are no mistakes, illusion, cheating, or imperfections. Unless one understands the authority of the Vedic version, there is no purpose in quoting Shastra. No one should violate the Vedic injunctions. Rather, one should strictly execute the orders given by the Vedas, as stated in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, verse 24. Tasmat chastram paranamte kriya kriya vayasitam jnanatva shastra vidan kotan karma kartum irhasi. One should understand what is the duty and what is not duty by the regulations of the scriptures. Knowing such rules and regulations, one should act so that one may gradually be elevated. Om Ajnana Trimindasya Jnananjala Salakaya Chaksurmitamena Tasme Sri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishnapadaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamini Namaste Saraswadevi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pachata Desha Tarini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sivasadi Gauravakhtavanda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Thus instructed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Yogamaya immediately agreed with the Vedic mantra Om. She confirmed that she would do so what he asked. Thus, having accepted the order of Supreme Personality of Godhead, she circumambulated him and started for the place on earth known as Nanda Gokula. Thus, she did everything just as she had been told. So, this shows how Yogamaya has agreed to execute the instructions of Lord Sri Krishna, and of course, before do so what has he done? So these are actually also very good instruction for us to follow. Of course, Prabhupada purports explains the need for following Vedic injunction, and of course, Prabhupada also says, don't quote Vedic verses unless you know it, unless you understand it. One is knowing the verse, other is understanding the verse. So these two are different things. So Prabhupada, often people quote different verses, then give their own misinterpretation. Everybody has interpretation incorrectly is a misinterpretation. So because of this, we have so much of confusion everywhere in the world. Even in different religions also. Other scriptures like Quran, sometimes people misinterpret and then create so much of havoc. Even in our Hindus, Vedic scripture also, misinterpretation creates so much of misunderstanding. So that is why every now and then we need to have appearance of acharyas to correct those mistakes by those who are giving false interpretation. So today we have Madhvacharya event also. So he is one of the acharya who came in the line to correct some of the wrongly established principles. So this way, the bhakti can flourish. It can be elevated everyone towards bhakti path. Now coming to this verse itself, The first one, Sandhishtayam Bhagavata. Sandhishta. So having been ordered. By whom? By Bhagavata, by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So ordered to whom? To Yogamaya. So Sandhishtayam Bhagavata. So instructed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So now, what did Lord Krishna instruct Yogamaya? Of course, his first instruction was, please go to Gokul. So that was the first instruction. Then of course there, what to do? So one of the instruction was to transfer Balaram. Where was Balaram at that time? He was in the womb of Devaki. He said, you go to Gokul and there from womb of Devaki transfer to Rohini. So who is another wife of Vasudeva. But that is not the end. He also said, you please appear as daughter of Yasoda Mata. So these were the three primary instructions. So these are well indicated in the first, verse number 6 to 13. So why did Lord instruct this? Of course, we know all the story. Primarily to protect the members and devotees of Yadu dynasty. So when Kamsa heard that Devaki's eighth son will kill him, so therefore he started giving trouble to everyone. In the previous chapter 1, so it was already discussed very well about when he heard this Akashavani. So he was about to kill his own sister, Devaki. So by Vasudeva promise, then he, okay, no problem. So he agreed. So you know that Vasudeva is much more truthful person. So therefore he followed his order. So but he also killed the first 6 children of Devaki already. So now Lord's appearance is already, preparation going on. So therefore Lord himself is making arrangement, instructed various demigods, okay, you appear there and be in your rightful position. Then next is the final instructions he is giving. So mainly to protect all these devotees from attack by Kamsa. And he's already said that the various devotees and Yadu's family members, so they all went dispersed to different kingdoms. So hiding, means not showing the real identity. So they have been doing that. So therefore he instructed. So he first told, Yogamaya. Okay, so of course he praised. So it's also so Krishna praised Yogamaya. So he said, you are the worshipper for the entire world. And you are the one who bestow good fortune to everybody. Especially when she later, she gave good fortune to many materialists. If you have a material desire, you pray to Yogamaya, so who appeared in different places, in different potency, different forms. So she would give that. So he appreciated her nicely. Then he also said that even other wives of Vasudeva, they are also living in false identity. Why? Because of fear of Kamsa. So just like he tried to put his own father in the jail, he might even do that also. Therefore they escaped. So he already said in the previous verses, verse number 8, he mentioned about how Shankarsana has already, in the womb of Devaki. Then, and of course, Lord says that he's going to appear in his full opulence, his 6 opulences. So he mentioned that also. So then he also said, so you appear as daughter of Yasoda Mata. Then, of course, he blessed her also that after this episode, you will appear in different places on earth. And people call you by different names. One of them is called Bhadrakali, for example. Durga is the most famous one in Bengal, for example. So Yogamaya as Durga Devi. Then in some other places, Bhadrakali. So there is one place in Andhra Pradesh. Now it is called Telangana state, called Warangal. So there is one famous Bhadrakali temple is there. So then of course, if you go towards Karnataka, in Mysore, there is a Chamundi, so famous called Chamundi Hill, there is a Chamundi. So she the one, she killed Chanda and Munda, that's why she called Chamundi. And in Mahabharata also she appears, in different incarnation. One of them is Hidamba. So Hidamba is also called as incarnation of Yogamaya or Durga. So Hidamba, we all know that she was daughter of one of the demons, Asuras. So, but however, she had the mystic power to change her form. So usually, so those who are in a Rakshasukula may not look that beautiful, but she is able to use her mystic power, became very beautiful. So then, of course, married Bhima, and their union outcome is Gadodgacha. So there are people who also worship this Hidamba as well. In fact, there are a couple of temples also. So last month I happened to go to Assam. So if you travel from Silchar to Dipu and you go through various mountains, very beautiful mountains. So in the middle, it's a 5-hour journey. In the middle, so there are of course various townships, and some of them are very, very beautiful mountain. When it was full greenery, very beautiful to watch. Then there, one of the professors introduced me to another professor. And that person has written Hidamba Mahatmaya book. That is one very nice book. So glorifies various qualities of Hidamba. So Hidamba, and also there is a temple. They also built a temple of Hidamba, so which is along with Durga Devi as well. So Hidamba temple, and then Himachal Pradesh also the Hidamba temple. So there are people who pray to Hidamba for protection. It seems in those that Assam place, there are lots of trouble was happening. Then somebody said, so much of trouble is happening because the deity here is Hidamba and no one is praying to her, worshipping her, seeking her protection. So therefore, they established a temple of Hidamba. Then inside the temple, when you go, first you will see Bhima there. Then of course Hidamba is there. Then left side Gadodgacha and son. So you can see the deity, all these personalities there. So if you need some protection, spiritual protection, protection for our bhakti path, protection from material problems. Of course, material problems are there every day. So one can pray to her. So Yogamaya or this Hidamba. Actually, just to glorify a little bit Hidamba, I would have discussed about the whole book, but just in terms of beauty. Once Draupadi jokingly asked her mother-in-law, can you please tell me who are our beautiful daughter-in-laws of yours in the order? So, of course, so mother-in-law said, okay, my first, the most beautiful daughter-in-law is Hidamba. Because she was trying to see how beautiful the Hidamba was when she married, Bhima at that time. Very, very beautiful it seems. Of course, Parvati Devi is very beautiful. On this surface of earth, the most beautiful personality is Parvati Devi, who married Lord Shiva. So then the next one, she said, of course, Subhadra. Then third one is Draupadi. So I think Draupadi was put her place. So because of this question. But she was probably thinking it will be reversed, but it became other way around. Then yesterday, our Prabhu has very nicely discussed about the glories of Lord Balaram. So as Lord said, so you please go to Gokul, and then so there you transfer Balaram from the womb of Devaki to Rohini. Of course, Yogamaya thought it is so difficult for me to do such an operation, such a task. He said, no problem. You will do by my blessing. So Prabhupada in the later one is saying that if you have got blessing of Lord, what seems like impossible become possible. So whatever may be the task that you undertake, so having a blessing of Lord, so however difficult it is, including maybe lifting this earth, will become possible. It is his energy already, putting it in place. So his energy is he's holding so many planets perfectly. So you can do that. So that is one of the demonstration that one need to have just some accept instruction of Lord. In fact, Prabhupada's purpose says, whatever Lord has instructed, so that is actually Vedic injection. So in Bhagavad Gita, so Lord Krishna has given so many instructions. So this is a Veda instruction. One must accept. And this will tell you what to do and what not to do. So Prabhupada is finally saying that we must understand the instruction of Lord, understand what to do and what not to do. Then of course follow it. Just knowing is not enough. Even Jagai Madhais were the perfect Brahmanas who knew what to do and what not to do. So what to follow, what not to follow. But they were also expert in doing all the things that what not to do. So Brahmanas should not drink alcohol, so therefore they drink it. So they want to break all the Vedic injection. Who can break the injection? Only one who knows. We need to know all thousands of instructions that are given on what not to do. And only person who knows can do. Others may be, without knowing, they may do only few of those. Yeah. So it's very important to understand those, as Prabhupada mentioned in the purport of this 14. So now that was the instruction. So the first one, Sandhistayam Bhagavata. So Sandhista, as ordered by Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So those are the instruction. And of course, what did she do with the instruction? First listen to the instruction. So that she did. And the next line of this verse is, Tateti om iti tat vachaha. Tata iti, so be it. So Prabhupada said, so be it. So Prabhupada said, in the purport, he says, yes sir, I shall do as you order. So that is Tateti, the first one. So be it. So somebody says, so you might say just yes, you might say nod our head, but here Prabhupada translated that Tateti as he says, yes sir, I shall do as per your order. Of course, it was Krishna's request. She considered Krishna's request as an order. Sometimes we say, your request is my order. So it might be request for you, but for me it is order. So yesterday I usually say, one Savior Bhagavan, he said you have two choices. He didn't say anything. Hare Krishna Prabhu, you either come and do breakfast prasadam or give Śrīmad Bhāgavatam class. There was no choice at all. So then I was thinking, what can I do? I don't know properly how to do cooking. Of course I can do rice and dal and few things. But if my wife is there, I can also do puri and sabji, untrained. So then what can I do? I said maybe I will take up the second choice, which was to give a Śrīmad Bhāgavatam class. Sometime you have like that also. Not sure whether request or order or instruction or a command. So I consider that request as a command, therefore took up one of their mind to execute it. So I just said, yes sir, I shall do as per your order. So try. Although I haven't read fully, because it's chapter 1 and chapter 2, almost getting finished when I was not here. So, but fortunately yesterday, to connect very nicely, our Bhaktisara Prabhu has, not only discussed about Balaram glories, but he also discussed about all this, the material desires. So he used that verse, which is from the Bhagavatam, which talks about akama, sarva kama, moksha kama, udaradi. So he very nicely discussed about what is this sarva kama, and of course where are the sarva kama coming from? What is our instrument to get so much of desires? Very nicely he said how this our senses are like window. If you want to see outside what is happening, from here no window we can't see. But if you go upstairs, there are windows, from there we can see. So just like that, if you close our eyes, all the doors, windows close here, so we can't see. So when we close our eyes, we can't see. But if you open eye, we can see. But of course, it was also discussed how we should use those senses. If you open an eye, what to see? See Gaurnitai, see the devotees. So they're the best seeing feast for the eye. Or if you close eyes, what to do? Maybe in the closed eyes you say Om. Then imagine what is this Om is. It's Lord Krishna. Okay. So that was already discussed. Now coming back to here. Tateti Om iti tad vachaha. So tad vachaha. His words. Whose words? Krishna's words, of course. Tad vachaha. So she says, yes, I will do, sir. Then she also says Om. So in the purport, Prabhupada mentioned that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur indicate that Om means Vedic confirmation. If somebody gives order, you can say, yes sir, you can say Om, I accept it. So accept your command, your request as my command. So this Om is, of course, glorified a lot in Bhagavad Gita also. Couple of verses mention about what is this Om. So Vedic instruction we are saying, but Krishna says more than that. So in Prabhupada writing, often he ends with Om Tat Sat. There are many others also I have seen. So they write and then at the end they put one line, tick, hyphen, then Om Tat Sat. Or some people in their email message below, they put Om Tat Sat, then indicate what this Om Tat Sat is. So in the scriptures often we see this as symbolizing or indicating the supreme absolute truth. We have relative truth in the material world. We have many truth in the material world. But they all are relative and change from time to time. What is true today is not true tomorrow. So what is true in the context of one situation is not true in the context of other situation. That is relative. But Om Tat Sat is the perfect, the supreme absolute truth, which of course we can say Bhagavad Gita, indicating Supreme Lord as well. So Om Tat Sat, there is also one verse as well in chapter 17 in the Bhagavad Gita, starting point. Om Tat Sat, Lord Krishna says. So if Lord Krishna says Om Tat Sat, we should also say Om Tat Sat. Whatever Krishna says, we do it. So anything, I'm not sure whether our Gopandas Prabhu has written Om Tat Sat at the end of his book that he recently composed, put together glorifying the Lordship and the activities. So those, if you happen to write one, put at the end Om Tat Sat. So again, remembering those glories. So in the Bhagavatam, we also have many times, Om was indicated. Even when we, glorify our Guru, we say Om Ajnana Trimindasya. We are saying that, I was born in ignorance and my Guru has, shown me a path. But before that, say Om, means I accept it is the firm. So it's not only just simply saying Om Ajnana Trimindasya. Not only just simply saying, I am born in ignorance. No, that is, we are just saying Vedic mantra. Do we accept that we are born in ignorance? If it is yes, then you start with Om. So if you say Om, I not only accept know that meaning of the statement, but I also accept it. So water is very nice to drink. That is a theory. But I accept it, therefore I am drinking. Especially today is very important. Today it seems as time progresses, the temperature will become 25, 30 or more. So that is the fear among the people. So, but right now seems okay. But Melbourne weather, as you know, within 1 hour, what seems like a rain suddenly becomes so hot. So let's hope that it become hot as for the prediction. If not, no problem. Anyway, knowing this is very important. So, sometimes we heard the instruction from others. We heard the instruction, but did we understood and are we willing to follow it? Hearing, understanding, and then agreeing to follow it 100%. So if you say Om, then of course agreed. So this is a Vedic affirmation. So that's what Yogamaya is doing. She says twice, yes, I agree, sir. Then also Om. So Prabhupada has given more detailed emphasis on that. So by quoting Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So of course he faithfully received the order and also faithfully followed the order. So now as this chapter progresses, it shows how she followed. Yes. So this Om in other places, as I said, is also indicated. So if you go back to some story of this Dushyanta Maharaj, he proposed to Shakuntala. So he married in the Gandharva marriage way. So he just saw in the forest of Kanvamuni, and she was very beautiful and decided to marry. So then there are no priests to perform the marriage. And the father of the one who is taking care was not there. Muni also was not there. Kanva Muni also not there. Who will perform the marriage? Therefore, he just married her by Gandharva marriage. So he also said Omkara mantra. Om. Then perhaps take one garland like this, put it on their other head. So marriage finished. So that is the fastest way of getting married, Gandharva marriage. So he also did Om iti ukte. So that's how he married. So of course here, how to attain Supreme Lord. In the other chapters, chapter 8 in Bhagavad Gita also talks about this glory of Om. So Krishna says, once you after start doing this yogic practice, then you say Om, this Omkara mantra. So even that. So if you can do that while doing Om, then what to do? At that time, just think of Lord Sri Krishna. So at the end of life, he will go back to spiritual planet. So he also said, so if you are at last breath of life, so perhaps if you say Om, then while saying Om, you remember Radha Vallabha. So what will be the situation of that person after the departure, after leaving the body? So that soul will go back to spiritual world, assume Satchidananda form. Otherwise, our current form is very troublesome. In the beginning seems okay. As time progresses, you become 50, 55, 65. All kinds of problems slowly appear. So our ability that Krishna has given will also diminish. Especially Bala. Balaram is the most powerful personality. So Bala. So that Bala that we got from Balaram will diminish also with time. That's the age of deterioration. Correct? In the material world, everything appears, grows, stays some time and produce some byproduct, dwindling, Govinda, finally. So Bala will also diminish. So therefore at that time, at least if we can say Om or Hare Krishna, then not only saying this Vedic sound Om, which is auspicious, but also at the same time, remember Lord. Usually those who are in the Dhyana Yoga, meditation, often they say, oh, if you go to Himalayas, so personalities who are sitting there in some caves, they will always be saying, oh, some of the temple you go, they maintain perfect silence. But there will always be one sound. What is the sound? Oh, just keep coming. It looks like Om has no beginning, no end. Right? Oh, they keep on saying sound. It seems like, this world is not going to end. Yeah, of course, Om is Lord Krishna. So there is no end to it. So that is also signifies Om. So Om is more and more glorified in other places too. Not only in Bhagavad Gita, several places. Krishna even says that I am Om. So just like Krishna says, I am the taste of water. So this water has a taste. We desire to drink water to quench our thirst because of the presence of Krishna. Imagine that taste is not there. It is very bitter. How many of us are willing to drink it? So Krishna's presence is very important in everything that we do. Everything that we interact. So we interact with the glass, inside the water, we interact with the water, water getting in it, feeling very happy while drinking, because Krishna is there. If Krishna is there, you will be victorious victor. Even Prabhupada says that even if you are drinking a wine, think of Krishna. At least slowly you become Krishna conscious. So it is not that recommending, but those who are in that already drinking, what to do with them? So somehow slowly get them into Krishna consciousness. Tell them, okay, this taste in there is actually Krishna. Even the bitter taste is also Krishna. And you try to release that bitter taste. Therefore, think of Krishna. Slowly you replace that bitter by drinking by either water, maybe juice, or something more better. Okay, much more in the mode of goodness. From tamo drink to sattva guna drink. Okay. So then in the Chaitanya Charita also, Adilila, there are very glorification of Om. So as a pranava mantra, Omkara mantra, pranava mantra. So this is the principal vibration in Vedic literature. Many, most of the verses, they start with Om. So signifying how important it is. And of course, Omkara mantra is also sound representative of Krishna. We can see Krishna Nama, we can see Krishna as his Rupa. So we are doing Hare Krishna mantra. We are saying that Hare Krishna mantra is not different from Krishna. Kali Yuge Nama Rupa Krishna Avatara. That's why we're saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Say like that while throwing the flower. Hare Krishna, Hare, throw and hold it, Krishna. Hare Rama, hold it. No problem. While playing also think of Krishna. So I heard that some of the devotee kids while playing this soccer, they go and run and kick, Jai Srila Prabhupada, and hit a goal. So that time you are focused, no distraction from anybody else. When we are, sometimes so many people are talking, but if you are focused, then you say, Hare Krishna, Jai Prabhupada, that time everything you forget, you only focus on the goal. So somehow you want to get down the tram, and then if you don't get down in the particular stop, you will not be able to reach Darshanarthi on time. Just jump from there, Jai Prabhupada. Some people are jumping from the bus. Oh, here's the temple, Jai Prabhupada. Anyway, you have to be very, athlete to do that. But at least, you can do that, no problem. While playing, he's again now doing more and more. No problem. Just say, at least in your mind, say, Hare Krishna, like that. Now some people juggle, 3 or 4 of those. Try both at the same time. Are you trying? Become expert. Very good. Say Hare Krishna, both. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Like this, do full day. You will become Kirtaniya Sadahari. Tomorrow you will appear as a pure devotee. Please do. Okay. So this, in the Adi Leela, so very nicely said that the Omkara mantra, so is the main principal word in the Vedic literature. So this vibration, the basis of all the Vedic vibration is this Om. So therefore, we should accept Om as some representation of Lord Sri Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And so one who manifested this entire cosmic world. Of course, as earlier Krishna says, at the time of death, you say Om and remember me, remember Krishna. So therefore, you will achieve spiritual world. So Omkara is thoroughly, glorified everywhere. Of course, even before we start, also we said Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are saying Vasudevaya, Bhagavad. Vasudevaya is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But we are saying Om. Why are we starting with Om? We agree to it. So not just say it, but also accept it. That Supreme Personality, Vasudeva is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we are seeking His blessing. We have done that. And even when Mangalacharana or Premadhani also we say, even to glorify Prabhupada say. So we always say, correct? Om. So then Prabhupada glorify, and then of course Bhaktivedanta Maharaj. So we always put Om. Guru also, Om Ajnana Trimendasya we are saying. So we also Jai Om Ishtapada Paramahamsa. Parijakra Stotra Sri Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai we say. Jai Om. Not only Om, you sing victory. Victory to the Prabhupada. So we accept it. So this Om is, so we use several times in a day. During Premadhani we use, during Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. So that means those who are attending Bhagavatam class every day, they would hear Om at least 3 times. At least Om Ajnanand, just 1 time. There is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva once, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva twice, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva thrice. We do that. So therefore, so we are hearing Lord Krishna in the form of that Vedic mantra. And this 3-letter AUM is also, some of the devotees went through very deeply. What is this A? What is this U? What is this M also? To understand much better. So, Krishna in confidence, as I said. So he says, I am the syllable Om. So, of course, he says, I am the father of universe. Then finally saying that I am the syllable Om. So, Krishna is glorifying that way. So, if you remember Om, you are remembering me. That's what is the message is. If you respect Om, you are respecting me. You always say Om and then you carry out some activity. So therefore you are remembering me and carrying out activity. So therefore your activity will become successful. So this analysis of AUM, Om, by our Goswamis. So we have the 6 Goswamis there. So they have done very detailed analysis of this Omkara mantra. So they are saying that Ye Karena Chayate Krishna Sarva Lokaya Nayaka. You Karena Chaya Radha Ma Karo Jiva Vakya. Here first Ye Kara. That is, they are saying that Krishna, who is Krishna, who is a Sarva Loka Nayaka. Ye first Krishna. Then you. So they are you Kara. So referring to Radharani. So Krishna and Radha. Then of course Ye you Yam. Yam they are referring to Makara, that is living beings. So they are bringing in the Omkara, we have Lord Sri Krishna, in Omkara we have Srimati Rani, in Omkara we have all the living entities. So that means Tatasa Shakti, all the living beings, all the living entities. And of course his internal potency, Srimati Radharani, then Krishna himself. So this Om is so powerful. So, not just Krishna. Krishna means everything, but what is that everything? Krishna means Radharani and Om. So, we have Krishna, we have Radharani, we have Jiva. So, all is there in the Om. So therefore, so they are, emphasizing the importance of the Om in the Vedic mantra. So, the next, the line, so says, Pratigraha Parikramaya. This Pratigraha means accepting the order. So Yogamaya is accept the order. So by saying Om, by saying yes sir, I accept it. Then what does he do? Parikramaya. See Parikrama what? Parikrama of Lord Sri Krishna. So this Parikrama. So how do we Parikrama? Do we go clockwise or anti-clockwise? Usually do clockwise. Why do we do clockwise? Because if the Krishna is standing here in the center, of course he is there, then how do I parikrama? I'm doing clockwise. I'm doing clockwise because, so Krishna is on the right side. On the right side. Even if you see the Radharani, Krishna is a left or right? Right side. So usually even if you get married, Vedically, purely, then your wife should stand on your right. Some places they stand on the left, but some culture, I've seen some on the left and the other is the right hand. Or signifying that, my right hand. Right hand generally signifies bala. For 99% of the people or more, so their right hand is the most dominant. For some, left hand is dominant. So if you see some cricket player, most of them will throw the ball with their certain aim with the right hand. Some players will play with the left. Yeah. So for me, my right hand is more bala. So therefore, so in writing we use right hand. While eating we use right hand as first. While holding, if I need to hold, first I will hold with the right hand. With left hand maybe a bit less. Maybe with training we might be able to balance, but this right. So we do this pradakshina on the right. That's exactly what Yogamaya did. So circumambulating. So this is actually also a form of worship. So worshipping a deity or worshipping a holy dham, we do Govardhana Parikrama. What for? Govardhana, we, our reverence, we say, oh, Supreme Krishna, Lord Sri Krishna has lifted this Govardhan. Anything that touched by Krishna is auspicious. So, because Krishna is held that hill in his, like this finger, small forehead finger, for 7 days a night, like this must be auspicious. So that's why we say anything, Krishna, the places wherever he played pastime is a holy place. That's why we do Vrindavan Parikrama. Vrindavan Parikrama also we do. Especially during summer you do it. Very good for health. One is, of course, spiritual health. So we are doing Vrindavan Parikrama, thinking more about all the places where Lord Krishna and Adani performed pastimes. So that way spiritually advanced. Then in Melbourne, most of the time we are not doing much walking. So you walk in the there, so your physical also will improve. And there, because it is also warm, then because of that you have a sweating, and you do like that 3 times. If you test your blood sugar level before you do parikrama, before you go to India, for example, Vrindavan, maybe it is 7, they will say. Then you do the parikrama is a So we do parikrama of the deity, we do parikrama of the holy sites where Lord Krishna's pastime appeared. Even we do parikrama places where Prabhupada has done some pastimes. And also we do parikrama of trees as well, plant. We do every day morning, Mangalarati time, when we perform Tulsi Puja, Tulsi Arati. At the end we do parikrama too. And evening also we do parikrama. So we are doing parikrama so as a mark of our respect, as a mark of our worship, a mark of adoration. So this way you purify ourselves by doing that. So because we might have done lots of sins, and all those sins will be removed by this parikrama. So we always, so after glorifying Tulsi Maharani during Arati, what did we end with? We say, Yani Kani Chapapani, Brahma Hatyadi Kani Cha. We are saying that, so Pradakshina Pade Pade, not only once, Pade Pade, multiple times we are doing. Why? Because we might have committed so many sins, millions of lifetime sins, just doing Pradakshina, it will go away. Sins, the highest sins like killing a Brahmana can also go away, can disappear. By just simply doing parikrama of Tulsi Maharani. So, Tulsi Maharani plant. So much of power. So similarly, because this Yoga Maya is embarking now on an important mission. The mission of going to Gokul, all the way from wherever see to the surface of earth, then going there, then executing the order of Krishna. So you need to take blessing. So whenever you're beginning some new auspicious thing, doing this. And we are doing Govardhana Parikrama. That's why Govardhana Parikrama is considered so auspicious. Apart from doing that 14-15 kilometer walking around the hill, so hopefully we think more and more about Krishna's pastime. At least that pastime of lifting, how this started, so how Krishna was able to hold, how simply by looking at the beautiful form of Krishna, all the residents who are taking shelter below that hill like umbrella, so for 7 nights, no drink, no water, no food, no music, no dance cleaning, but they are watching Krishna and their thirst is gone. Seeing Krishna. Why seeing Krishna? Hearing about Krishna, thirst is gone. That's what Parikshit Maharaj is saying to Goswami, I've been hearing this Krishna Katha and I'm drinking this nectar of Katha coming from your lotus mouth, and so much of drinking that I've forgotten my thirst, I've forgotten my food, I don't need anything. So, seeing Krishna, so that is demonstrated in that Govardhana lifting. So the devotees who saw Krishna when we were lifting, all that, they overcome all this material requirement. Similarly, seeing Krishna, hearing Krishna. Some of the devotees are saying, Rupa Goswami, he's saying that I have only one tongue. I'm chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He's saying that so much of nectar is coming, so much of taste. Why don't I have millions of tongues? I want to taste more. If there are 1 million tongues are there, you can chant with 1 million. If you have got 10 heads like like Ravana, Ravana has so many heads. And if he can chant Rama's name, he would have derived so much of pleasure, and Rama would have made him the king of the entire universe. Why that small island, Sri Lanka? Correct? Kamsa, of course, Kamsa was here, you see. Kamsa, later when Krishna appeared, later you will see verses. Kamsa was thinking about Krishna all the time. And Prabhupada says that Kamsa has become perfect Krishna conscious, just out of fear. Correct? So either you become Krishna conscious out of love or out of fear. So one of these two should be there. So usually people say, oh, God-fearing person. Because they want to do everything perfectly, what to do? So out of fear of God, which is good. The best is out of love of God, do out of love. So that is, now this pradakshina, how many times to do pradakshina? If you go through some of the scriptures, so for example, if you are doing, people do pradakshina for Ganesha, they do 1, 2, 3 times. We go to Hanuman temple, we do pradakshina. So usually many temples, they also create a pathway for pradakshina. So here we don't have a pathway for pradakshina. What is our pathway? Go through the Dank street, go to that other street, go to, like that we do pradakshina. And during this lockdown time, you can't enter the temple, no direct darshan of Radha Vallabha, Gaurita and Jagannatha Vallabha Subhadharmai. But what were devotees doing? So within that allowed that social distancing, blah, blah, they were just doing pradakshina. So pradakshina was very popular during lockdown time. In fact, that time the devotion was very strong. And the desire to see Lord was very, very strong. Suppose you open that, the gate, at that time, everyone, some of them are willing to give you $1,000 bribe to enter into the temple just to hit a glance. Because the moment you come in, earlier they said, you can't be here. If our Mataji comes, order, so Achinta Mataji, she is finished. So therefore, they somehow want to glance at once and run away before Mataji sees anybody. So, operation manager, make sure that operation of the temple is running as per the rules. Rules is that nobody is allowed to come except those who have a service. And that too also, the moment your service over, you have to get out. I was doing service of this broadcasting. Even I also, the moment service says, okay, your time up, 9 o'clock. So I try to just, elongate that. How? So I say, no, the devotee supposedly hasn't come. I'll wait up to 10. If it doesn't come, I will do it. Of course, they will like to come because no one was willing to do their service or trade with anybody. Whatever the service, they want to come. But you can give this excuse. They may not come. Sometimes they don't come. Suppose if I go there, then I'll be cut again, come here at 11 o'clock to clean. So instead, I somehow barter, expand as much as possible, time expansion, so that you can have. It was so glorious. And even if you are given at 7 o'clock, immediately wake up at 6 or whatever, early, then run and make sure that you are here at 6:55. If you come 10 minutes early, they say no. You must come at appointed time only. 7 o'clock, you must come at 6:55. Correct, Prabhu? So our Prabhu also used to do cleaning. So you can't say I will come half an hour earlier, 1 hour earlier. No. 5 minutes before. Then your time is there. Don't try to drag. Like now if you are cleaning, just clean up to 1 p.m. up to Rajbhog Arati. Finishes. No, you must be efficient and perfect. Otherwise you'll be removed from the job. But we were trying to do all this touching business. Oh, no, there is too much of dust there and clean. Give some excuses and keep on doing. Always, I also clean the pillar also. Clean up, clean down, everything. Full enthusiasm for cleaning comes only during lockdown time. You might have seen. But now temple is open, hardly anybody coming. Even I myself, why give others example? My own example. Earlier, perfect. Never missed. But now, say 7 o'clock is all right, I'll go at 7:10. That time at least Prabhupada puja there. No problem, that is over. I'll go at 7:30. Okay, I miss it. No problem, I'll go at 8:30. Still Bhagavatam is going on a little bit. No problem, I'll go at 8 o'clock. I'll get direct prasada only. So we are slowly, that the desire, strong desire to take darshan is reducing. So therefore these troubles can be a blessing for devotees. When we are trouble, we remember, as Kunti Maharani is saying, when we are so much of trouble, we always remember we took your shelter. Now that this war is over, we acquire the kingdom, looks like we are going to forget you. Please give us trouble more and more, so that we always remember you, always take your shelter. Correct? If you don't have trouble, you go to Krishna, he says, why did you come again? If you got more and more trouble, you can say, we have this trouble, we have this problem, that problem. So you can get opportunity to again associate, again take shelter. Of course, we don't need to imitate Kunti Maharani. So Kunti Maharani, that's what when I said earlier, mother-in-law of Draupadi, that is Kunti Maharani. I'm sure all of you know, but I was using indirectly. Yeah. So like this, if you want to pradakshina of Radha Vallabha temple, how many times you should do? Of course, usually they say even number of times. 1 time, 3 times, 5 times, 7 times. Some of them are saying you can do 4 times. You want to do more, no problem, you can do more time. Even Hanuman temple, those who are full Hanuman bhaktas, how many times they do? So they do many more times. Some of them are doing 24 times or 48 times or 41 times at least pradakshina. What about Shivalinga? How many times? 3 times some of them do. Some of them do only half. Because you go from here, other side you stop there. Half. So like this pradakshina is very important. So what if in this temple we don't have pradakshina marga? What to do? In some of the places they do what we call Atma pradakshina. Just yourself do around. You go to some temple, they do. Today is Madhvacharya appearance day. So you go to, let's say, Krishna Vrindavan temple in the Murambina. So they have a Madhvacharya's Navami disappearance celebration both in the morning and the evening. So very nicely. So there after, doing this Ratha movement, then some of the time devotees will do several times, 5 times pradakshina like this around themselves. So that, what are we pradakshina? Doing pradakshina of Supreme Soul. Now we don't have sufficient space to do pradakshina. Wherever standing, do just round. There, don't think that I am playing a game. Correct? Otherwise you will have your head will spin. So you think of the Lord in your heart as Super Soul and do pradakshina. So there is Atma pradakshina. So like this you can do. People do all kind of pradakshina for the demigods and the big personalities like Prabhupada come. Your Guru comes. Guru has given you order. So he has given Diksha. So one is, of course, you do Dandavat Pranam. Other is go around the Guru 1 time, 3 times, 5 times. That means firm up. I am accepting your order, I am going to follow it. That is firm up. Finally, Gam Gata Tat Tata Karot. So Gata means immediate. So you can't delay. This also so, seems some instruction is given. Don't try to do it your own time. If Yoga Maya try to do her own time, her own will, what will happen? The past time will be over. Correct? So there is a set, already Krishna's appearance is set, Balaram need to be transferred at right time, and she should appear on the same day, same night. when Krishna appears from Devaki womb, at the same time this Yogamaya should appear from the womb of Yashoda Mata. Both should happen simultaneously at the same time. No delay. So you can't delay going here, there. That's why immediate. That's why it says Gam Gata. So immediately she went Gam Gata Tat. Gam where there is a surface of it. That means they were not at Vrindavan at that time. They were somewhere else. The interaction between Lord Sri Krishna and Yogamaya happening somewhere else. So it may be happening at Milk Ocean, it may be happening in Vrindavan, in the spiritual world. So immediately she went to surface of the earth. What is the surface? Surface of the very big, one specific location. That is Nandagam. So there she went. So obviously Yashoda Mata was there, Nanda Maharaj was there. So made so that the fear of all those devotees, devotees, because of Kamsa, they are living there in cancelling their identity. So give them confidence, correct? Like sometimes you are very fearful, but if somebody comes, there are sometimes kids, small kids, they somehow escape, then suddenly they become fearful. Oh, where is my mother? Where is my father? They start crying. The moment they see their mother, father, they become pacified. They run and to hug and they become very courageous. Similarly here. So all the devotees become courageous. So that is indicated here. So she went at the speed of mind. Tivrena bhakti, we say, whatever may be your desire, if you want to fulfill, tivrena, immediate, just at the speed of light. Just like how far is the sun? Very far. Trillions of kilometers. But within few minutes is here, light is here. Similarly, we have to be like that. So she immediately went there. Then on the order of Tat, the order of Krishna, then Tata Akrot. She did exactly what Krishna said. So what did she do after going there? So as previous verses said, transfer successfully Balaram from Devaki's womb to Rohini. That's one. Then second, of course, get ready to appear. So later verses will talk about. When Krishna appears, at that time she appeared. Why? Because they have to swap now. They have to take Krishna from here. Vasudeva will take Krishna and put it next to Yashoda Mata and take that baby girl and bring it here. So that is to deceive this Kamsa. So otherwise Kamsa would try to kill. At least he can just try. He can't kill. So he can try. So there was a fear. So therefore when this Yogamaya came, she escaped from the hand of this. See, oh, Mother Devaki, no, this is girl, please leave. But Kamsa thought, okay, no problem. Then his advisors tell, no. This, you never know this Vishnu's trick. He may appear in like a Mohini Rupa. He may appear like a woman, but he may kill you. So therefore he decided again, tried to kill. At that time she escaped from his hand and told, hey, Murkha, oh fool, the person who's supposed to kill already appeared. So that is how, so to play this pastime. So that's why Krishna ordered her. So that this, of course he didn't know what is going to happen after that. She learned only after it. But Krishna knows past, present and the future. We don't know the future, but Krishna knows what is our future is. But Krishna knows what is going to happen. Yogamaya didn't know at that time. But she just acted as per the instruction of Krishna. Then of course that transfer happened. So now coming to final, just briefly, Madhvacharya. So that is all glory of Yogamaya, how she executed. So how she reaffirmed by parikrama, by saying Om, by agreeing to order. Then this coming to Madhvacharya, Madhvacharya Navami, Titi. So this is the disappearance of Madhvacharya from the public eye. Usually they say he went to Badrikasrama. So no more seen by any of his disciples. So that day is called Madhva Navami Titi. So today is that. So as I said in this Sri Krishna Vrindavan Mandir and Murambina Road, so Poth Road in Murambina, so they are having today celebration already right now going on. Then evening also there is a celebration. So in case if you want to part of it, you can go there. So this Madhvacharya appeared in 13th century, just briefly. Where did he appear? He appeared in a place called Pankaja, which is near Udupi. How many of you gone to Udupi? Now, if you go to Udupi, from there few kilometers you go, you will see still the house of Madhvacharya is there. Very big house. So you can see the birthplace, the pastimes. They put the deities of Krishna, and they have many books that are composed by Madhvacharya. So Madhvacharya is well known for establishing this what we call Dvaita school. Advaita, oneness, which was credited to Shankaracharya, who appeared before, established. He says both Jiva and the super soul, they all are one. They may be different, but they say when the identity is known, you become, you realize. Then you say, I am actually a Supreme Lord. So there is oneness. They both are one, monism. But this, at that time, this Madhvacharya appeared. He established Dvaita. He says, no. The Supreme Lord Vishnu and the living entity soul, they are distinct. Although they are eternal, they are distinct. And the duty of this, the living entity, is to serve the Supreme Lord. So he established this bhakti very firmly. So he composed many stotras, these hymns, Vedic hymns, himself. So explained to people. So then he, of course, wherever he goes, some of the places visit, some matas. In India, there are so many matas of Shankaracharya. So if you are going from Udupi to, say, Badrikam, on the way, you come across so many matas, Shakti Pitas. So there, when you visit, and some of them will ask you, traditionally, they challenge you to debate. You have this philosophy? Okay, you defeat me, my philosophy. Then, so like that, he defeated so many Mayavadi or this Advaita philosophers. And of course, in the traditionally, when you defeat them, they become your disciple. And then they follow your teaching perfectly. So there are many of such disciples who followed Madhvacharyas, and they wrote his biography also in praise of that Guru. Then of course, Madhvacharya you can also see in Mayapur. How many of you had darshan of Madhvacharya in Mayapur? Have you visited Gaudiya Math? Yes. When you visited Gaudiya Math, established by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, and of course you take darshan of Gandharvika Giridhari, the temple, then when you do Pradakshina, this is the benefit of Pradakshina. One is, of course, worship of Gandharva Giridhari. Other benefit is that you see all the main acharyas. You see Madhvacharya, you will see Ramanujacharya, you will see Vishnu Swami, you will see Nimbarkacharya also. These are the prominent gurus in the Vaishnava Sampradayas. We say 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas. Sri Sampradaya. The most prominent guru is Ramanujacharya. Madhva, Brahma, Madhva Gaudiya, Brahma Sampradaya. That is, we say Madhvacharya. He is there. Then of course, Rudra Sampradaya, established by Lord Shiva. So there we see Vishnu Swami. And of course, we also see Kumara Sampradaya, Nimbarkacharya. That's also Nimbarka Sampradaya also. So Nimbarkacharya, we see these 4. So Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Maharaj wanted to establish that here are the 4 Sampradayas. These are the prominent acharyas. Often we don't know. Correct? We say, everybody think only there's one, they don't know who else, who are the prominent acharyas. So that is why Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj, with the divine vision, so he has put together not only Gandharva Giridhari, so beautiful. Unfortunately, they don't allow us to take a photo. Forget about selfie, but not even photo. But anyway, so what can we do? Somehow we see and get somehow the deity image into our head, and we say photographic memory. Somehow keep photographic memory and always think so beautiful, correct? I hope all of you remember now. Just close your eyes, see, just standing there. You see there is one hundi, that pujari sitting there. So then they put note photo. Then you see there Radha Krishna. Then go around parikrama. So follow 4 times, following this order. 4 times, 5, 7 times. More and more. Again you see Lord, and also his main prominent acharyas. And of course in Bhagavad Gita also. So you see, so Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. When you read Bhagavad Gita clearly, so disciplinary succession, they put there. First is Lord Krishna. Number 2, Brahma. Number 3 is Narada Muni. Number 4 is Vyasa Muni, Vedavasa Muni. Then number 5 is Madhvacharya. Because he took Shiksha from Vyasa Muni himself, Vedavasa Muni. Imagine you have a guru like Vedavasa Muni. So obviously the disciple will be very strong. So this Madhvacharya is also called as Vayuputra. There are many. So Hanuman is called Vayuputra. Bhima is also called Vayuputra. Madhvacharya is the third Vayuputra. So very powerful. So he not only composed so many books, in Sanskrit, 37 books it seems. So original. So composed, and of course he has also written Bhashya, commentaries on Brahma Sutra, commentary on Bhagavad Gita, commentary on Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, just like Prabhupada has purport, like that. So he has. So you see in many of the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, purport, Prabhupada refers to the interpretation of Madhvacharya. So Prabhupada, that, and of course we formally see here Madhvacharya. That's why it's called Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So from Brahma came, and more powerful Acharyas established Bhakti the Supreme. Because at that time this Shankaracharya's sect, they established that Jnana is the Supreme. So now he has established Bhakti is higher than that one, highest. So that is why, so formally recognized Brahma Madhva Gaudiya. Gaudiya, of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from Iswarapuri, so you can like a tree, branches can go. From the Gaudiya we have ISKCON, Prabhupada service. So that is the root. From Krishna, Brahma, then Madhva, and follows. So that literary work, he did many miraculous works. So, say for example, once his father took debt, money, loan. The person who gave loan came, oh, please give me. No money, what to do? At that time, Madhvacharya, he went there and took some tamarind, seeds, and then give it to him. And then when he put in hand, they all became like gold. Okay, my loan is over. That miracle. It's not that you want to do, but it's so powerful. He can do that. And then he was able to walk from one end to the other end, the Ganga river. When the huge flood came, so nobody able to cross, everybody waiting, just walked. Of course, person with Ashtasiddhi, he can become lighter than lightest, heavier than heaviest. So just become light like a paper. You just throw it on a paper, water. What happens? Floats. So like that he did so many miracles. One of them is this Sri Krishna, he established this Udupi Mata, where we have Krishna. How did he get the deity? Actually, he was just meditating in the seashore. At that time, there one ship came. So that because of wind, it was in turbulence. So he took his chadar and did like that. That came to stable position. Then that captain of the ship came and said, oh, here are some golds and diamonds. Please accept. You saved the ship from sinking. Everything would have been gone, including the captain. He said, you saved everything. Please accept as our offering. He said, no, I don't want any of those. He said, okay, please take whatever you like. So he went into the ship, he took some big block of Gopi Chandan. And then he took from that seashore towards Udupi. On the way, one of the block fell down. So from that appeared Balaram. So there is a big Balaram Mandir. So he thought maybe Balaram want to be here. So he established a Mandir. Then he took it to the place where Udupi, we call. So there they immersed in the Sarovar. Then appeared beautiful Krishna. So that is Udupi Mat. So now there are, he also established 8 mats to look after that very well. Okay, so that is just brief about Madhvacharya. So Madhvacharya ki, we remember always, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Acharya. At least we remember the name. Then little bit glory of the person will help us. Okay, with that to conclude, you can see Yogamaya. Who is Yogamaya? Is actually potency of Krishna. So just like Harandini Shakti, we say, Radhani, internal energy of Krishna. Similarly, she is also very potency of Krishna. Durga Devi, no other, she is actually working under Krishna. In one sense, because she appeared in the womb of Yasoda, at that time you can say she is a sister of Krishna in that context. So you can have many relationship. one of them is sister of Krishna. Then we say Subhadra is sister of Krishna. Yes, some people consider her as a Yogamaya too. So, okay, so this verse basically tells us that we need to follow the orders of Lord Krishna, consider them as a Vedic injection, not simply say, oh, Krishna said. No, it's a Vedic injection. Whatever Krishna says, Vedic injection. In the wars, he said, hey, Dharmaraj, Yudhishthira, just say that Ashwatthama is killed. But Yudhishthira thinking, no, how can I say my Guru, this is false. So, but they are saying, you should accept, even if it is false. That is the instruction of Krishna. But later they said, okay, to make him pacify. Ashwatthama, the Hathi, died. Hathi, they said slowly. He said, Ashwatthama. Then the moment you're saying Hathi, that time they took this drums. They beat drum so heavily that Hathi was not heard. So only Dronacharya heard Ashwatthama killed. So that is how they defeated. Anyway, Krishna's instructions are Veda Vakya. So Vedic instruction. So here Yogamaya is telling us how to accept and how to agree to accept, then how to get the blessing. Before you execute, just take the pradakshina and go successful. So this is an example of telling us how to make our activity successful. With that, let me stop here. Thank you very much. Time for prasada. Grantara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki, Madhvacharya ki jai.